Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a morning forecast and a fresh trading week and the final week of June as well before we go into the second half of the year. Obviously, we had what we had over the weekend with the US and everything that came with that. So last night, market open, there was quite a few gaps on most of the pairs. And obviously, you can see on the DXY as well, a little gap. But most of these gaps this morning have filled. So to be honest, most of the pairs don't really look much different, even with the gap. Not too much mess going on, and they kind of figured themselves out pretty quickly. So we still have not too much disruption to worry about. They just might need a little bit of an extra day to kind of figure themselves out a little bit and find a bit of a base. So not really too much to worry about in terms of all the gaps. The DXY hasn't really moved too far from last week, obviously with it only being Monday, and we did have this little gap in price, but I'm still looking at this being the base. So even though price gapped up, this could just become part of the top, and now we get this move down into the base with this little gap, and price ends up heading long anyway. So I've still got that in the back of my mind as a potential where this is kind of like an impulse correction continuation, and price has just left this little gap early, and now the top's in, and then we're going to get a little move to the downside to complete that base, and then see if we get a push to the upside. So that's all I'm really looking at for the DXY, because we need some bigger moves to come in to give us better direction on, or to start to look for opportunities on some of the dollar pairs, because at the moment it's kind of stuck around this low, which is fine. It just means that we need to be patient and not force any trades on the dollar cross pairs before we've got some kind of message or positioning from the DXY itself. So this is really the area that I'm more focused on, to see if we come down and actually create and hold a base, to then look for the upside move where we could then get some possible sell positions on some of the dollar pairs. But that will link in nicely with euro dollar when I get to that. This short-term sell before the long will make sense when I go through euro dollar. Euro Aussie, so I was looking at